Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tian. In the previous videos, we introduced what is preheaven qi and what is qi. The interaction between preheaven qi and the qi, they generate air, and air circulation is the base of feng shui law. And I Ching and feng shui, they integrate together. So in the second video, we talk about what is I Ching. I Ching is the process from point A to point B. It's the process of from sickness to health, from the sun to the moon. So next, we'll introduce what is Gua, what is trigram. But in this video, before we dive into trigram, you know trigram is the heaven, right? The thunder, the earth. I believe many of you already know that. But before we dive in, we need to explain the definition of this word, trigram. The trigram, its pronunciation in Mandarin is called Gua. So what is Gua? Let's dive in. Trigram, the pronunciation of trigram in Mandarin is called Gua. This is how we write. So what is a Gua? So we know the trigrams, they have 3 lines and they have 6 lines, right? Something like on the left hand side, this is the heaven, right? And on the right hand side, this is the fire. So what exactly is Gua? We need to explain from the character first. So this is the character of trigram. In Mandarin, we call it Gua. So we can separate this word into 2 parts. The left hand side, you see? The left hand side. We can break them into the upper part and the lower part. This is dirt. This is earth. And the right hand side here, we can also separate like this. This in Mandarin, we call it bu. So we will separate Gua into 2 parts first. Then we will rearrange the order again. So we rearrange the order of Gua into the upper part is 2. Lower part is 2. And the middle part is bu. So you might wonder, okay, so what? So this is the important part. This bu in the middle, it is a path. It is a path. So the first one, the 2, means you can think it's just your heart. And the other one, there's another party, right? There's the other party on the opposite side, right? Maybe that is your friends, their heart. So what is bu? Is the past. Is the past. You see, this is the line. This is the past. To link your heart and your friend's heart. To link, maybe, this is your starting point. And this is the destination. And this is the past. So at this point, you might wonder, wait a minute. This is I Ching, right? I. One is sun, one is moon, and one is the past. So this is I Ching. You're right. The most important part is here. You see, we have a dot here. What is the dot? Before I explain the dot, right? Let's reorganize the 2 parties, the earth and the bu, right? We'll put this way, the horizontal way. So the first part is maybe is point A to the other party is point B. And the past is the bu. But we have one more dot, right? So before dive in, Gua, you have 2 parties, you have a path, and one thing is very important. You have that dot. You must have these parties, right? 2 parties and a line and a dot to become a Gua, to become a trigram. So a Gua include 2 parties and the path and the dot in the middle. So now we put this into the horizontal way. From point A to point B, or in some case, it's the cause and the result. We have the cause, we have the result, we have the linkage between them. But we need one more thing, that is the dot. So if we don't have that dot, it's only 50%. So right now we add this dot into the line, right? So we have the cause, we have the result, and what is the dot? Dot is your purpose, is how do you want to complete, right? For example, this is sickness and the other party is health. How can you turn from sickness to health? Maybe you want to know, if I take this medicine, does that work? Right? So that's it. That dot is that medicine, is the purpose. So now we know we have a dot in the path. So that dot is the key to make this whole process complete. We have two parties, we have a path, and we have a point. And the point indicate the purpose, event, human, anything. So that dot is here. So what is bu? Bu is from the guan, the trigram, this character. On the right hand side here is the bu. Because in Mandarin, we call divine, we call it bu guan. We have two words. Bu guan. So what is bu? Bu is from the trigram. It's from the trigram. So the important part is, you see, we have a dot here. So this dot can be moved, can move closer to party A or closer to party B. So this is the important part. When we learn the I Ching, right? I Ching is teaching us how can we exchange our position, right? So the dot indicate a point between the cause and the result, between the sun and the moon, between the sickness and the health. Now we know the two parties and the past and the dot. We merge them all together. It turns into a guan, into a trigram. So with 2 points, past and the point is set, that is trigram. So I Ching has two parties, from my heart to your heart, and something in the middle, right? It's set, and we have a past. Everything is set. This is a guan. So let's use several examples to demonstrate, right? So we have two persons. Maybe they're wife and husband, and they have something to discuss. They want to find a standard. Maybe they want to set a rule, right? Or they want to find a purpose. That purpose is between the wife and the husband. So this is a guan. It's something two party, and a past, that is the relationship between two party, and we have the standard. They meet in the middle. And we can also think about this. If you want to travel from New York to Philadelphia, what's the purpose? Maybe you want to know, I want to study in Philadelphia, right? That is your purpose. That is the dot. And another example, right? Another example. Maybe someone live in this, in this world, and he or she want to go to heaven, right? The way he or she do the practice, can they achieve the goal they want? The goal, maybe they want to go to the heaven, right? So the dot can be a person, can be the event, can be the object. So that is the dot. So we can use another example, right? So sometimes cause may be on your side and the result is on my side. Or on the opposite side, the cause is on my side and the result is on your side. So for example, if I want to find you, I am the cause, you are the result. Can I meet you? Right? For example, I maybe out in blue, right? I want to stop by and see if you're there. I can have a guan. So me and you are two party. The row, so you see the row here is line, right? In reality, it's like this, right? It's a long row. So the dot is me or my car. So right now we know what is gua. Gua is I Ching. I Ching is the process from sun to the moon, from point A to the B. And the Gua express this everything, right? They express if you want to find your friend and you are in the car, can you find your friend, right? We use the Gua to represent this process and the two party.